Hey Brian, Chris here. So I figured instead of talking to you on the phone or trying to get you into a video chat, I'd just make a small video for you, kind of running through what me and Greg discussed about your house there. I'm going to share my screen with you real quick. Um, and then we can kind of look at this together. There's my beautiful face up in the right corner. So I think what's interesting too is I'm not sure how far along or where you are as far as getting it ready to market, but it's I have it's a little bit challenging to figure out exactly what the market's doing, um, given the quarantine. But what we are seeing in most markets, including the Portage one, is houses are about selling about 50% less than what they normally do. So in other words, we have kept about 50. When I ran the numbers, around 51% of our current market strength, given all of the current circumstances. So in many ways, it's kind of like selling a house in February or in December or in January. So about 50% of our activity goes down during those months as well. So, but just kind of give you an overview, Portage in general looks like it's selling around, the average is coming in at 236. And then the school district, almost identical, 236. You can tell it's had consistent appreciation. It's been the 150. That's been kind of nice. And then we're looking at the absorption rate. Where's the school district absorption rate? At least this is these numbers are last month. We're looking that they are selling between 2 and 300. We're looking at about a half a month. So the next thing I want to take a look at is all of right now. I guess we kind of break everything down. There are 19 houses for sale in Portage schools that are I would say comparable or would be your competitors. So we have 19, actually, yeah, no, 17 total. That's between 250 and 300,000. There are 17 total. We had, since the stay in place order, 9 of them sell. So my guess would be is that in about another month and a half, we'll have another 9. So given the laws of supply and demand and absorption rates, it should take 2 months for this and all of the inventory to go away. So I think it's fair to say that your house probably should sell. Granted that it's marketed correctly, it should sell in about 2 months. I don't know if that's acceptable for you or not, but let me know and we can talk about ways to get it sold sooner. So here are the houses that have recently sold. And this is, again, since the stay in place order. March 16th is when these houses went pending. After that point, let's look at this one. I think this is realistically a pretty close. I mean, I think if your house was side by side with this one, it would be a fierce competitor. Let's take a look at the photos. Of a drive, they staged the property, fireplace. I haven't seen the inside of your place yet, so I don't know what granite countertops, open floor plan. I'm pretty sure that's laminate flooring throughout the house, main floor laundry. As in her bathroom, master, it's definitely updated. Carpet in the bathroom is pretty normal. I mean, large enough bedrooms. Basement, fully finished basement, big enough for a pool table. And they got a little bit of landscaping on their yard, back patio, just a 2-car garage. I don't know what that looks like, a fenced in backyard. Kind of a nice drive, nice curb appeal. But nonetheless, that thing went on the market, sold in like 20 days, and it sold after the quarantine. So I want to take a look at the numbers to this too, in comparison to your place. I mean, we're looking at 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. I mean, we're talking almost identical. I mean, this house, I mean, they may have built these houses at the exact same time. I wouldn't be surprised to see what year they're built. Yeah, I don't even know what the year are on these things. There we go, 98. All right, so this one's, so yours is a little bit older than this one. I think that's not going to play much of a difference though. And then this is I think this is a close competitor to yours, comparable in size. This one's going to have a basement, so I'm not sure if you're finishing your basement or not. I'm assuming you're doing something down there. And then the other thing that's interesting within this price bracket and portage between that 250 and mid, like low threes, I mean, you're competing against brand new builds. So that's just something to keep in mind when it comes to marketing your house. So in general, when we start pulling all of the numbers, I look at the absorption rate. Where's it at? What we're looking at, so Zillow's saying it's worth 219. Obviously, that's going to change once the pictures and it gets updated. The SEV saying it's worth 242. The SEV ratio. So basically, you take all of the houses that were within the framework of your house that were in comparable to your house. Took those and determined what the real ratio should be, because most, you know, the SEV, you basically take the taxable value times it by 2, you come to the SEV. Well, we do the same thing, and instead of timesing it by 2, it looks like the state would have been more accurate if they would have times everything by 2.41. So we come to 192, and then price per square foot, we're looking at 293. But judging by what I'm seeing here in the market and what's taking place in the last, or at least honestly, in the past 15, 20 days, I think it's likely you could get close to 3. If that's your goal, depending on how much you have into it and how long you want to keep it, I think within the 3s is probably doable. So anyway, that's mine. I went over this with Greg. Greg agreed. He pointed out a few things, but for the most part, we're on the same page here. So we think that it would sell around that. If you have any questions, let me know. And that, as soon as I can figure out how to turn this video machine off, is everything I got. Appreciate you, man. Talk to you soon. No, I'm not done yet. Now I'm done. Ending the meeting now.